All right, next up, the Emirates Stadium, high-flying Arsenal versus Brentford. Aaron, starting with you here. We've seen Arsenal win 6-0 away to Sheffield United. 31 goals in 7 games for the Gunners. Yeah, they're just going from strength to strength. Obviously, this game at home is a great game for them because Brentford, are not in the best of form. And with one eye maybe on the return leg of the Champions League coming up next week as well, this could be a game where Arsenal can go hell for leather for 60 minutes. We've seen them in the last couple of games. They've had that luxury of going a couple of goals up pretty early on and then being able to take off like the likes of Rice and Saka and like other top players. Do you think Arsenal would maybe be taking Brentford a little bit lightly this weekend?
No, I don't think so. No, they'll have a look at the result there at the last weekend. They'll say, like, obviously Chelsea are shite, like, obviously, but still at the same time they'll say that they can't be too careful, especially with Ivan Toney. I don't think you've faced him yet this season, have you? You haven't, no. He wasn't there last game. No. So yeah, with Ivan Toney there, like, you have to obviously always be wary of him. But I think it will be business as usual for Arsenal, and I think they will, as you say, go hell for leather. They will. And they'll get the game done early if they can. Now, hopefully, Brentford can make it hard for them. No, just as a competition thing, hopefully Brentford can make it hard. But yeah, it's hard to see them do that, though. I think you will go for it, get it done early. Well, that could throw you off at the same time. That could make it harder for you to do. So it's exactly. But at the same time, I would imagine you would.
Yeah. Well, Brentford only 7 points in the last out of 24 points available. We've talked about their kind of tough run of fixtures of late. Man City a couple of times, Liverpool, Wolves, Tottenham as well. Now go to the Emirates. I know we talked about last week about how Brentford need a win. Like they're hovering just above Nottingham Forest in that relegation zone. They're only 5 points up, and they've been 5 points above relegation for the last couple of weeks. They're not really moving. So yeah, they kind of need to start picking up points. Hopefully it won't be this weekend to start picking them up. Hopefully next weekend they'll start. But yeah, they need to kind of maybe turn something around.
Yeah, I think so. But like it's you're just coming against an Arsenal team that are just they look unstoppable at this moment. Like you said, there 31 goals in the last 7 games. They conceded 3.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That they're a hard team to break down, and now they have Thomas Partey back as well in that midfield. So even if things aren't working with Rice, they'll bring on Thomas Partey to bully that midfield. Look, Brentford they're in a moment of time that's not going well for them. So like having Ivan Toney back for the first few games, it was uplifting for the whole club. Things haven't been going their way. To be honest with you, it's been no fault of their own. They had opportunities, like the one against Chelsea, to sneak out a win. They just lost it there in the last 10 minutes. They conceded that goal with Disasi. So a lot of it is their own doing too. I honestly don't think they're gonna be no match for this Arsenal team. They're coming form. Even if Saka does sit out the game, we don't know. I don't know if he was injured.
I haven't
heard. But having
Martinelli went off, limping off as well, so I think they could be rested. But then we have the likes of like Trossard.
Exactly.
Come on, Gabriel Jesus is back.
He's back, and then Fabio Vieira. So there's still like all those
players back at the right time.
Yeah, and Vieira, look, he's an okay player, but he can fill a gap for sure. That's why he's there. He's a squad player, no more than Trossard, and look what he does when he starts. So I think this is going to be a hard one for Brentford. I'm sorry to say that, like, they're missing nearly their whole back line with injury. Their starting back line with injury. So this is going to be a rough one for them, I think.
Quickly now, Aaron, I'll leave it with you here quickly. We've seen the Brentford fans at halftime. They're 1-0 down to Chelsea. They were booing at halftime. It's something that we haven't really seen because, this is kind of like a community that was always around the fans. It was around the team, regardless of how things have gone. But I think this is the first time since they've come up that the fans have kind of really, maybe that speaks volumes of where they are now as a club, in the Premier League. They want to be, a mid-table kind of pushing higher up kind of a team instead of down in the relegation zone. They have high expectations for this team, and maybe that's why they, maybe they need to manage their expectations at this club. I don't know.
They definitely have to manage their expectations. What they were getting was like a treat, You're coming up to the Premier League. There's a lot more better teams than them in the league. So definitely manage their expectations 100%. And they're going to lose their star man, their star striker in the summer. So it's only going to get worse from here. So they do need to be mindful. I know you were saying a lot of evidence there about how Brentford like will be pushed over and all this and all these goals and stuff, but like they beat Wolves. We're just praising Wolves. They beat them.
True.
They went. They
Sometimes
only lost.
They do like the underdog.
This is it. Yeah.
You know,
They only lost 1-0 to City, which is
Mhm.
at home. City were at home. That's a good result in my opinion for them anyway.
Yeah.
So look, everyone is going to write them off against Arsenal, and I think that's exactly what they want. And to be fair.
Yeah, no pressure. I guess they can play their own game. Yeah, it's a very counter-attacking team. Oisin, jump in predictions. So Arsenal and Brentford.
I'm going to say it'll be 3-0 Arsenal.
Aaron?
No, I was saying all that just there, but I still think Arsenal are going to win. I still think they're going to win well. But I'm going to go 2-1 just to see, because I might as well back up what I was saying there, you know.
Yeah. So, I think it'll probably be a lot more difficult than it ought to be. I think probably will run out 4-1 winners.